Hey, what's going on? And this is Caesar Pizzo at Lone Wolf Paintball showing you another tech video. This time we've got the X 2.0. And why it fits?
Because we're the best source for teching all of your stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are. So real quick maintenance video on X 2.0. It's real simple. You got the back button right here that pulls the bolt out.
Oh, you don't have to drop a screw on this one?
No screw.
Look
You
at
got
that.
this back button right here. You push it in, bolt comes out. Real simple. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. And then you've got your spring. You got the bolt, the actual bolt system. That's the bolt guide. So on the springs, on the even on the mini GSs, you've got one side that's tight and one side that's loose. It clips in. That's how it goes on right there. Clipping it in. If it doesn't clip in on you, reverse it. Make sure it goes in on the clip-in side. This way it doesn't come off of the actual bolt. And then the soft tip comes off just like this.
Oh, they come with a soft tip, huh?
Yep, right here.
Look at that.
Boom, that goes on like that. So real basic maintenance on these. Same as the mini GSs. You got your two dynamic O-rings on the back of the bolt. Clean those off, grease them up. Like I always, I highly recommend using the Ultra Silk Performance lubricant. It's a better performing lubricant than anything on the market itself. If you do switch over to it, remember, remove all the grease that's from the factory and then just apply this accordingly. It's very lightly, nothing heavy. So basically you want to keep these three O-rings here lubricated and these two O-rings in here lubricated on the bolt itself. So those are the ones. And then you've got your actual poppet inside here, and that's what seals. Anytime you got any leaking down the barrel whatsoever, that is the cause of your leak right there. What it does is it comes out from the back from your velocity adjustment. Let me grab my Allen wrench. Right there.
Would you say like that's the main
That's
main
one of the
thing?
main leaks. So what you want to do is you just get in the center of it and you push it down.
And I mean that's just because it's use, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just it gets used.
And then what you want to do over time is you want to lubricate the piston O-ring, and that's your cup seal right here. Take that O-ring out. Same thing with this spring here. It has a larger diameter on one side and a smaller diameter on the other side, so it stays locked in inside the actual back of the piston itself. So if you put it in one way, it's going to fall out. If you put it in the other way, it's bigger. You push it inside there, and it's going to stay inside there. You know, grease this up accordingly. I like taking everything off, take the O-rings off, apply the grease inside the actual O-ring groove, and then put the O-ring back on. You want to use either a paintbrush, soldering brush, get inside there. If you use the Ultra Silk, make sure you shake it pretty well.
Shake it like a Polaroid.
Yeah, there you go. And then you can use whatever is on the top of the actual container. Get inside there, a little bit on the inside. Make sure you take the O-ring off, apply it there. And then just drop the piston inside accordingly. Go down, push it all the way down, and then go ahead and put your velocity adjustment back cap back on. What I like to do is I like to bring it in flush, and then what you want to do is you want to go a full rotation all the way around. So this way you can bring the velocity back to where you think you were. If not, always after you maintain your gun, chrono your gun to check and make sure your velocity hasn't spiked on you whatsoever. So that's 180. That's 360. So then when you put it back together, obviously you've got the bolt. Make sure the spring is locked in properly. You hear the little clip. Put that back together. If you don't use grease on your spring, the bolt, you can use oil. A lot of time people don't like to use the grease because it takes and it shoots down their barrel. You can get yourself some boom juice. Shake that as well because that's the actual lubrication properties in there. And then lubricate your spring and your bolt. So because you've got metal to metal contact here more than anything. So that way this one, the spring is lubricated with oil and not the grease. You get a little bit better performance out of it. And that's basically the basic maintenance on the Axe 2.0. So,
super simple. It's robust. It's, it's everything.
correct.
As far as like the regulator, if you don't know what you're doing in there, you probably shouldn't mess with it. But is there anything easy, simple?
On the regulator itself, if it comes off, a lot of times people, they mess around with the front screw right here.
Because they think that's the velocity.
They think it's the velocity. It's not. It's the regulator pressure. So if you overpressurize it, it's going to vent out from here. So what I like to do is I like to bring the screw flush and then give it a quarter turn more, and that should bring you right around 285 to between 185 to 190. But these guns' operating pressure are going to be like 195 to 200 psi.
Yeah, so you might want to give it just a little bit more. I mean, it's not going to let you overpressurize it.
Yeah, but you're going to hear it vent out really bad. So, but realistically, I don't know if you can zoom in and see that right there. Right there, that should be right around 195. So if you give yourself that quarter turn, again, you're going to have to check your velocity. Because once you start messing with the regulator, messing with the back velocity plug, that will throw off the whole system. So remember, the operating pressure on these are between 195 and 200 psi.
That's pretty much it for the Mini, right?
Correct.
Or the Axe 2.0.
Yes, this is the Axe 2.0. And obviously, you've got a magnetic trigger. You got the, forward travel, post travel, on all these guns. So if there's any other markers that you want us to tear down and give you a quick maintenance on, just put them in the comments below, and we'll get a video put together and, shout you out on it.
Were you willing to do a cocker video soon?
We could do a cocker video, but that takes some time.
Dump some cards. We'll have to get it
Yeah,
ready.
that takes some time.
Pizzo, where do they shop?
Oh, the best source in paintball, and that is lonewolfpaintball.com.